Best of 5, Heroes of the Storm, everybody! Let's get going. We got our third place decider right now, and well, this should be a fun one. We got Team Rage Quit against Team SoundLess. Now, of course, these games are currently casted from replays since they played out at the same time than the Grand Final did, and obviously we decided to do the Grand Final live, but I still want to give those boys a bit more exposure and also coverage here because we had some fantastic games throughout the entire setup. And especially Rage Quit Gaming is kind of interesting. So we got them on the first map, Infernal Shrines, with Shizakid on ETC, Limo on Tigers, Danazovsky on Morales, Dead Inside on Zarya, and Warwick is playing Diva. On the right side, Team Soundless with Sir Ice Cream on Diablo, Nenopy on Cassia. We got Hydra on Leo, Shamzik on Brightwing, and Farlander is playing Pogger. Okay, let's get the party started. So again, this is a best of 5 series played in the Masters Clash qualifier. It's the third place decider. And it's kind of important to take third place simply because you get the extra point. If you can't qualify directly for the main event, you still have a chance to qualify through the last chance qualifier. And the question of whether or not you are able to participate in that hinges on how well you performed in the tournaments up to that point. And therefore all of the teams are trying to at least reach third place over here if they couldn't make it into the grand final. So the blue team kind of was a positive surprise in the semifinals. Now they are one of the newer teams to make it this far in the tournaments. As I said, they of course have been a Division 1 team in Heroes Lounge for quite some time, but they've done really well in some of the earlier rounds here, and they're definitely a team to watch for at least. I mean, again, I'm not thinking that they're going to make any big jump and win a tournament in the near future, but they definitely have the potential to improve. They're now going up against Team Soundless, who in and of itself is already a strong contender. And of course the aggression that we are seeing from the red team in most of their matches is something that especially the viewers like a lot. But let's see what's going to happen here today. Now, the Morales setup is already kind of interesting. I mean, you don't see the Sergeant all that often. We also have a very, very frontline heavy setup from them, considering that they also use Zarya in this composition. So Tychus is pretty much the only damage dealer for them, going into an auto attack build with Press the Advantage on level 1. And we got the Feel the Heat on level 1 too for Zarya, so that's another one. Same time, we're seeing on level 1 now the Consume Vitality for Leo. We got the Thunderstroke in for Cassia. The red team is a bit more aggressive around the camps and locks in the second one as we speak. But as far as the performance in our Heroes of the Storm tournament here goes, both of the teams have done fairly well. But of course, if you have to go up against the Hardos or the Donuts in the semifinals, then you are up against some real monsters. So they couldn't quite handle it. Either way, now that we're going into the fight, we already have the first aggression down at the bottom of the map as they're trying to isolate Nenopy. That didn't quite work out for them. Shizakid has to move away here, and Danozovsky is trying to keep everyone alive with Morales. Hogga now, solo on the way up towards the top. Farlander is going to be the one to try and take the camp here for the team. By now we have with the level 4 talent also in the rhythm for Tychus. The auto attack build continues with the stacks. Gets quite nicely stacks out there and take the Fruit Fly down. Good early game stacking for Limu on Tychus. Combat Tactician very likely going to come in as the level 7 talent. But that's a real good stacking process already. So nicely done here. The early stacks are the most important ones, because this is what is gonna allow you to really get the numbers going and get the extra duration on your minigun. 26 by now. Tychus getting some good numbers in just as they're taking the wall down. And that's a really good opening for Rage Quit Gaming. I like it. I mean, damn, these boys are really pushing the bot lane hard. Shamzik comes back, but they did get the kill against Ice Cream there too. So we already have Hogga up at the top. Now keep in mind, if you do actually structural damage on the lanes, then it doesn't really matter all that much if you were able to take the first Punisher or not. The first one isn't really that powerful, and if you're able to take structures down on the other side of the map, that's great. And look at Tychus. Tychus is sitting at 41 stacks. He's doing real work here. The important part is also that outside of the first objective, if you are able to get objective number 2 with a level 10 on Tychus, you have a much better chance of locking it in thanks to Odin. I think that's a huge part of why they're doing this the way that they're doing. And that was bad positioning of Tychus here, considering that Diablo was still missing, so he gets pushed into the wall right away. Was trying to use the Shroud to his advantage, but nobody checked the bush. 61 stacks and the Combat Tactician Tychus is gonna murder with his minigun as this game continues. The fight at the top is fairly even, by the way. Farlander's a bit of trouble here, and he's also behind in stacks. There comes the explosion. That's another thing. And that's a mortar punisher. Damn, they're taking it all. They got the early kill, they got the objective, they're doing really well on the Tychus stacking, and they're starting to push now through the top lane. Gotta say, good job by Rage Quit Gaming. Some real nice moves here. So we got them at the top, bursting through another wall here. Here's the second one. Leo and D.Va taking the side lanes and currently take care of that. And top side, yep, there we got the fountain destroyed, maybe? Yes! Nice. So pretty much every single wall on the red team side has already been obliterated. They're working on the last one, and even that one is already rather low. Hydra is in, that's another stacking opportunity for Tychus. Could use that right away, but Morales is down, and Tychus didn't get any stacks going in that last engage. Also, we have Ghastly Reach as a level 4 talent for Leo, so that's a bit of a deviation away from the normal build that we're seeing from him on this map. So it doesn't go for the Neil Peasants, which would usually mean you want to go into the the Royal Thingy and the Wraith Walk, but we'll see if that is really what he's going for on level 13 and level 16. But given that you go for the level 4 adjustment, it would make a whole lot of sense, because you get just way more synergy out of that talent tree. But either way, as this happens, we got both of the teams with the kill, both of them at level 9. And I am very, very curious to see how the next objective works out, because with Odin coming in, that should be a really easy one for Rage Quit Gaming. Can they get the slides? A couple of extra stacks coming in for Tychus. He's sitting at 73 now, not too bad for him. Again, boy's doing well. That last battle was maybe not the best for him, but an additional 12 stacks are nothing to shy away from. 35 for Cassia, so that's another player that is able to really stack into the late game. And here come the level 10 abilities. The second faster for Team SoundLess. The Hoarder pulled us in again. We got the Entomb together with the Apocalypse. They could try to go for the combo here. Mosh Pit. The Drill for Donazovsky is now in. So they're going to try and use the Drill over Odin. Not a fan. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of that choice. Not on this map. I understand that with the level 4 choice, you are kind of tempted, and it's the old school build that we've seen very much so in the early days of Heroes of the Storm, whenever you went for the stacking process. But Drill compared with Odin on this map just doesn't quite have the same value. Maybe with good positioning you can make a bit of a play here, but Odin is such a good tool if you're locking in the last one. Zoning Mosh over here, and there's the 8-bot combo. They're trying to go for the Morales kill, and they're mocusing for Morales. She goes down, and that is a lost team fight for Rage Quit Gaming. Team SoundLess, not only with the kill, but also baiting out a lot of heroic abilities. Stim Drone never even hit Tychus. I suppose that's the big game plan here, to get him to burst through them even further. And that backfired hard. I mean, ETC was trying to cut them off and was hoping to let them walk into the mosh pit, but SoundLess didn't fall for it. Now we have another 23 seconds until the next objective is up, and thankfully for the blue team, they're going to be back up in force with a 5-man. 21,000 damage by now for Cassia. No camp taken, by the way, for Team Rage Quit. That's another thing that I really don't like all that much. They weren't going for the camp, so now it's only one team that has the Shaman camp pushing through the top lane as the objective opens up in the middle of the map. And, well, let's see what they can do here, because most of the ults are back up to business. A couple are still missing, but they can still get the damage out, especially on Tychus' side. And they need to try and pull it off now. D.Va holds the top against Hogger, and the camp has to. And it's time for the Arcane Punisher to be fought over. In they go. That's a chance to still go for additional stacks. Yep, trying to go for Dibbles as well, of course. Coming in at nearly 100 stacks right now and some decent damage. The Drill is back up in 18 seconds. Let's see if they can fight for it for that long, but they should be able to use it during the battle. And Dibbles has the Apocalypse. Here comes again. Tychus gets pushed in and stunned out. They need to try and keep him alive here. Morales is doing what she can. And there's the Stim Drone. Stim Drone is in. Tychus, can he get the trade through? He needs to try and pull it off. Sitting at some decent stacks here, but is a bit afraid to engage without any backup. So that Stim Drone didn't really do a whole lot of it for him. It did pretty much nothing, honestly. And Leo is not going into the synergy with his earlier talents, but instead is now working on an auto attack style after the level 10 talent. Damage output, 25,000 now for Tychus. As a solo damage dealer, he needs to bring a little bit more to the table. And off we go. Camp is about to be taken, or the Punisher is about to be taken, and they got a level 13 talent. Yeah, so good for them. There's definitely a couple of holes in the play here for Rage Quit Gaming right now. And Team SoundLess is now becoming stronger and stronger. With 4 kills to 1, they're looking good here. They have 57 stacks for Cassia, which isn't too bad either. And while Tychus is doing a great job stacking too, it's just nowhere near what they're needing right now. Nemo's trying to add a bit more of a pew-pew to that, and he does. 125, 130 stacks. He has an insane duration. He's really working on this one. The problem is if they can't block anybody in for him to take him down, then they're losing those fights regardless. Tychus is dishing out the damage, but he is just running half of the battle, and considering that they have a triple front line, 4 of them going down in that last one pretty much showcase you how difficult it is for them to really connect the damage. D.Va was at the bottom of the map. This all happened with a level 13 talent advantage. And just check that fight out. I mean, the ETC dies first, Morales gets killed shortly after. Now we have the Keep in the mid lane already getting attacked, and with 8 kills to 1, you can see that Team SoundLess isn't taking any prisoners here. That's a 10-minute keep that we're talking about here. And you can stack Tychus all day long. It doesn't really matter if you're not able to just translate that damage into kills. So it's not looking good. 2 levels behind. It's a rough first game for them. The camp is now stalling away too. So there's definitely some problems for Team Rage Quit Gaming that they're experiencing here. Not only on in the team fights, but also on the macro level. We've been talking a bit about how only one team so far used their camps properly during the objective. So that's a bit of an issue. Another camp now taken. Map is pretty much painted red. Warwick gets also locked in up at the top. Another problem. 16 talents are ready. And here we go. That's the end of the pilot. Has no chance. Beautiful stun. And then the mob to the face as the janitor is taking out the trash. Now with the rotation towards the middle, the blue team is trying to at least defend the lanes, but they are in trouble. And everybody knows it. 15 stacks towards the mithril base already. 36,000 damage on Tychus. And they are doing fairly well here. Yeah, 9 kills to 1, so let's see what they can do. We got top side. So far, only the mid lane has been attacked. I mean, the 2 forts are even still standing for Team Rage Quit on the auxiliary lanes. But here comes another Entomb. They're setting it up against Dead inside, and Zarya is down. ETC is at the bottom. Morales gets focused again, and that's the fifth time that she goes down. 11 kills to 1. Yeah, this is a bit of a beatdown. Varian is also confused, as you can see. First of all, he's confused that he didn't even get picked, but then he's also confused by what he's seeing there. It's like, guys, you seriously need to give up some stuff if you're that far behind. Try and soak, but getting to 16 is going to be a challenge in and of itself, especially with how aggressive Team SoundLess is once again. The drill is out, gets attacked right away. Tychus is trying to come in with some extra damage, but it's going to be tough for him. He's sitting at an enormous amount of stacks, even with the blind on Cassia. He is going to get damage out 100%, but it's just not enough. Someone needs to follow it up to help him to get kills here, and it's not working out for them at this point. Shizakid at the bot lane. He's trying to get experience for the team, but they are not able to get the 16 yet. They should be able to claim it for the next objective, and honestly, it's going to be their last chance. Once that you're fighting on even talents again with your opponent, you need to force that engagement and make sure that you win the battle. If you do that, you can maybe turn it around, but that's still a big if here. Now, they will get the 16, so that's the good news. But what can they do with it? That's the bigger question. So they're already starting to rotate around a little bit. There's camps that are going to come up again soon. Leo is down at the bottom. Kill here would also go a long way. But they go for the waves first, and here comes the shrine. 30 seconds until it's back up on the map. They got their 16 talents. That gives us the sizzling attacks and the attempt to at least take the bottom fort down. And I don't think they can right now. There's the Entomb, and, well, they are getting some extra damage in against Leo instead, but they're diving deep for this one, so they gotta be careful. Right now, here comes the attack. D.Va losing the mech. Apocalypse is out, and they're on the run already. They have to turn it here, but Zarya is dead. D.Va falls, and that is a problem. Shizakid gets attacked too, and ETC, he's not going to make it either. We got 80 stacks nearly for Cassia by now, and despite the fact that we have Tychus getting more and more numbers in, he is not able to contribute enough in those team fights to get actual kills. He's sitting at 42,000 damage, which is also not enough in this case. Morales gets attacked again, then Nozovsky is on the run. Leo is already in the middle. He's just pretty much saying, like, I'm done with this shit, boys. I'm going solo core. Hydra is just saying, like, guys, let me do my job here. And up at the top, you can already tell that this camp is getting mad value, but the team in red is now making a move straight into the middle as they're trying to end game number 1. I honestly don't see anyone that is going to be able to stop them here, so this should be the first game. So yeah, nicely done, well played. Core is slowly falling. Ah, well, is it? They're trying to defend here. You know what? Maybe they even got a chance. I mean, they are trying their best to stop this from happening. And maybe it's going to work out for them. Right now, yeah, they're pushing them back a little bit. I mean, 78% that we have on the core, so there's that. And they haven't really gone in for it. Okay, so they haven't gone for the kill, but the camp at the top side is that still going to take this one down. Can they do that? The fight over here hasn't really started yet because the red team is waiting for the level 20 talent. They don't want to battle it before they have their storm talent. They want to play it super safe. You don't want to lose the game towards the end by being a bit too greedy here, so I can understand that. But the 20 is going to come in soon. Top key by now has fallen also to the minion wave that we talked about. Leo is dead. That's a problem. Camp is, or the objective is up, and they are trying to take it now. But of course, Leo is going to be back soon, especially if he gets the drain on, and he connects it already. There's the level 20. They don't even wait for Leo to respawn. They're already starting the engage, and they're making a play for the backline right away here. Horga's jumping in. There's the Apocalypse as they're coming in for the fight. And it's 2. Nice. Mosh Pit finally with a connect, and Brightwing is down. They get a kill against Cassia. Uh-oh. Team SoundLess. Are they throwing this one? The core is going to get attacked by catapults very, very soon, and Zarya is now getting attacked. Tychus is dead, and so is Morales. Doesn't really seem like Team SoundLess is going to give this up anytime soon. The catapults are attacking the core, but Horga is down, so that only leaves Diablo. So Hydra is back. They could have really waited for him to respawn a little bit, but they didn't. Now he has a chance to come in with another quick entomb. Diablo's engaging the back line. Catapults are still attacking. He gets the double hit. They want to make the play for D.Va. Warwick is low. Wall's done. Dibbles. Oh, they take ETC in a 2v3. They take ETC down. Mid lane gets attacked. Catapults are moving in. It's getting nasty over here. That late game, what's going on? Team SoundLess playing a bit over-aggressive, but they make it work. The core is slowly falling. Guys, those catapults have homed in, and the core is losing hit points again. They get another kill. Zarya is dead too. Team SoundLess is just brawl, brawl, brawl. 6 days to Sunday as the blue team's core is down to 64%. More lanes pushing through the middle. The Punisher has now been taken. This is getting a full fiesta. Nearly 100 stacks for Cassia. Tychus is at 230. This is getting nasty, but I mean, we all know this is going to end from here on out. Especially with D.Va now dying. Yeah, there comes the pew pew finally. Look at the damage output. All of a sudden, Tychus is burning them down, but that's too late, my friend. We needed that engage with the Morales ult way sooner than this. So yeah, finally he's getting some solid damage out and takes numbers, but it's just not enough. Talking about damage, they are going for it again. They're flanking in, and they're trying to take Morales down successfully, I might add. As Limo gets slowed, dropped off the horse, and that's another kill. And this time they're going to finish what they started. 24 kills to 6. Nasty. Some nasty plays there towards the end. Oh boy, that's a 1-0 in the best of 5 in our Heroes of the Storm series at the Masters Clash qualifier. Nicely done by Team SoundLess in the first map against Team Rage Quit. Well done. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2 in our Heroes of the Storm series. The best of 5 continues with a lead for Team SoundLess against Team Rage Quit. Now we're in Towers of Doom. And on the left side, Hydra on Artanis. Farlander is playing Stukov. We got Shamzik on Anas, the Ice Cream on Diablo. Nenopi on Cassia once again. On the right side of the map, Team Rage Quit with Shizakid on Johanna. We got Dead Inside on Chromie. Nozovsky is playing Anduin this time. Warwick on Dehaka. And Limu is playing Hanzo. Yeah, it's a spicy one, honestly. Especially with Hydra over here on Artanis. That's super interesting in and of itself. Still going for that level 1 talent, Protector of Ire. I'm always saddened when I see that because it would be cool if that talent would be a bit more impactful than it actually is. I think that could definitely... That talent needs a buff. Let's just be honest about it. It needs a buff. It would be cool if Blizzard at some point would acknowledge that, but right now they haven't done that for a long time. But either way, now that we're on the second map, let's see what they can do. It feels like the Artanis pick is a little bit out there, so I'm curious what they can pull off with that. Hydra at the top lane has to deal with the Haka, so we have some global moves from Team Rage Quit. And down at the bottom of the map, of course, is all centered around Chromie, who doesn't really make it a whole lot into the draft, so I suppose that Chromie is going to be really happy that she was finally chosen here. Yay! Told you. So yeah, she's finally in the game and gets bullied around immediately. So Warwick comes even in and tries to go for the tongue. They try to go for Ana in the back line, but they can't get her. They can get her after all. All right. The double support setup that we're seeing here with Ana and Stukov, so far not successful. Ana gets actually caught by the Haka, and that's the first kill in the game. Well done. Good job. So now we have our move straight up in the bot lane as they are going for an invade on the pumpkin camp, and of course that was made possible by the kill. The Haka could still move in if he wants to and trying to make a play for Diablo here, and here comes the Haka. The Haka shakalaka, he gets the drag again. Chromie is still safe, but for how long? Well, not for that long. They're also going for Artanis, and Hydra makes it out, is able to buy himself a little bit more time and moves out of the fight right away. So it's kill for a kill at this point, but the camp got still stolen away by Team Rage Quit. They're not making a play for their own pumpkins just now, but this could be an interesting game. It could be a fun game here. Now we're also going to keep our eye on the double support here. Builds these days, team compositions have definitely changed a lot. I mean, honestly, there's also the question of how does SoundLess really respect their opposition, because again, Team Rage Quit, they have been playing in Division 1 for a long time, but when it comes to these tournaments, and especially the later rounds in those tournaments, they're a bit of a newer addition. Usually don't see them go all that far, so they're definitely improving. But are they already on the level of some of the more established teams and players from the past? That's the bigger question. They are certainly aggressive around this, and Ana goes down for the second time. Granny needs to pay a little bit more attention here. That's the second kill as Diablo goes down, and now with the body blocks on Nano P, that's a triple, baby. Triple kill locked in, and that's just around the first objective phase. So, I don't know, that's a really good opening here from Team Rage Quit Gaming. They can take their own camp now, but yeah, beautiful triple kill here. With some good body blocking as well, making sure that nobody could escape. And that's an entire level lead, more or less. And they might have a chance to, early on, nab 2 of those altars. Well, there's the interrupt, but Stukov gets punished. Stukov gets punished, and Granny is about to die again. Barely survives, and Jojo is able to walk away. Yeah, Anduin with the save. They haven't taken a single altar yet, though. So, despite all of what just happened, they still need to make sure that they're taking these 2 altars. I mean, all of these kills, they need to be good for something, right? You want to accomplish something with those kills. And so far that hasn't happened. Now that Hydra is moving in, the blue team is trying to seal it away. The Haka can, of course, move in and help out. But the 2 supports are already back again, and that's a lot of sustain that you have with that. So it's getting a little bit dangerous here. If you get 5 kills against 1 in an early level 7 talent, you want to accomplish something with that. And they come in for a kill against Farlander. They're trying to go for Stukov here. Warwick, okay, has to pop the essence, but they're fighting the 5 versus 5. Nice save from Donazovsky. Which is a kid on his Johanna, is also at the front and gets bullied around by Diablo, but they're still starting to poke them out. The level 7 talents helping them a bit with this. The drag this time not connecting, so the Haka misses the tongue, and he's low, tries to get away, and gets murdered. Yes, Team SoundLess, they're there when they need to. Team Rage Quit Gaming not in position to channel the altar, and now they're actually losing it to Farlander. Farlander with the channel, 2 of the altars go over to the blue team, despite the fact that they lost 5 heroes in this game already. Artanis is stacking, sitting at the 82, 21 stacks for Cassia. Artanis again, he needs to have a lot of stacks to really get value out of this level 1 talent. But he is really trying in those team fights to make a bit of a difference, and the damage output that we're seeing for him right now is at 10,000, which isn't really too bad considering. I mean, of course, they can also keep him alive with the double support a bit more reliably, which will allow him to go way deeper in these battles and do more damage, but he can't really keep up with one of the range damage dealers. I mean, obviously. All three of them, Hanzo, Chromie, and Cassia, are way ahead of him. But as time continues, he might be able to become a bit more useful in that situation. I suppose that a different pick on the side lane might have been better for them. But again, Hydra, if he wants to play something different this time, then let's go for it. We got the follow through here for him as well. So he can try and work those basic attacks in. Fight at the bottom of the map is again breaking out around the Ice Cream on his Diablo. They're trying to body block him. And so far, successfully, I might add. Yeah, but Ana is there with the heals. Once again, the slow. And they try to get Dibbles annihilated, but they just can't. The Lord of Terror, still terrifying. Farlander with 30 hit points is able to slap Hanzo around a little bit and get the kill. The boy is still packing one of the hardest hitting auto attacks in the entire game. Actually, it is the hardest hitting auto attack in the entire game. And Hanzo just experienced that firsthand. No pun intended. So, with our boy with the bow now back to business, they still have the lead in experience, and level 10 would of course be great to lock in that altar, but right now they are still trailing behind a bit. If they can interrupt, that would be nice, but Shamzik takes it. Yeah, blue team is just playing the better objective right now. They're doing a better job when it comes to the objective control. So Ice Cream down here might have a problem if he can charge out, if the cooldown comes back, but nope. Diablo falls, and that's another kill now for Team Rage Quit Gaming. They need to capitalize on these kills a little bit further. It's really what's needed. They have their level 10, that gives us a light bomb, that gives us also the blessed shield, but they haven't really done anything with these kills just yet, and that's the big problem. Now, as far as talents go, we also have the meme strike now coming in. So with the level 20, it's going to be fantastic, but even without it, you can make some plays. As the setup against Stukov, they're trying to get the kill here. Meme strike is out, and there's the kill. Nicely done. They get the kill against Stukov, staggered death just as Diablo comes back. And there's an opportunity to convert the bell tower at the bottom of the map and take it right here. Yeah, so far so good. 7 kills to 3, and they go for the Purifier Beam. Yeah, Purifier Beam, it's not well known, but it has a secret counter. The counter is called Running Away, but Chromie is screwed anyways. Good luck, little dwarf. No chance. You can run away as much as you want, but Ninopi is going to take you down. So there it is. And the Eye of Horrors, in addition to that, there was just a little bit too much. You can run, but you can't hide. Not like this. So that's the kill against Chromie, taking the fake dragon down. In the meantime, Artanis in the middle of the map is annihilated. Yeah, the match against Dehaka didn't go well for him. And talking about Dehaka, he's also obliterated. So that's another one down on the red team side, just as the objective is up again, this time at the bottom of the map in another 15 seconds. The damage output that we're seeing, 26,000 for Cassia, Hanzo's sitting at 29k. It's a brawl, ladies. It's a brawl. They are really going at it this time. So, yeah, down at the bottom of the map. They're taking position now that they're back on the map with at least 4 heroes. Dehaka can, of course, global in. He should still have the cooldown here. And that would allow them for the 5 versus 5 fight. But Team SoundLess is about to go at it again. Meme strike with a bit of a zone. And Ana is dead. I mean, Granny is having some problems here. Ana is getting just murdered in these games. Now, the fight still continues, and Dead Inside is starting to chip in more damage from the backline as they're going for a kill against Ninopi, and Cassia indeed falls as Dehaka connects another drag. They're looking for a kill on Hydra too. Artanis is low. Yeah, Donosovsky is working in some extra damage as he dodges out on the Purifier Beam. No problem for him. Artanis is dead and Diablo is low, but thanks to Ana, he's still alive. And they try to convert the bell tower. They want the bell tower before they do the channel work at the bottom of the map. And they're going to do it. Yep, there it is. They take it and they can channel the 5 shots as Dehaka is waddling his way to the top lane for even more experience. So yeah, good job by them. The red team is starting to fight back here. 11 kills to 5. They got a level 13 talent advantage. They hold the bot lane control now. And we'll see how far they can go with this. They had some problems in game number 1 for sure. Towards the late game, it looked for a second that they might even be able to turn it, but that wasn't the case. SoundLess with a victory. Over here though, it's a 2-level advantage. They are 6 kills ahead. They've taken control of the map. And they are looking better and better. They're still a little bit behind in points on the core, that's true. But generally speaking, red team is at least looking at a good position here in this mid game. So Team SoundLess will have to fight back if they're trying to claim the 2-0 lead in this best of 5 Heroes of the Storm series. NanoP gets attacked now as well. Yeah, they're obviously trying to get those pumpkins as far removed from the death zone as possible. Pumpkins are slowly making their way in though. Chromie is doing the damage, and that's the end. Cassia is down, and a kill against Granny follows a second later. Nicely done. One of the pumpkins makes it through, and Diablo is dead as well. 3 heroes down, and Rage Quit Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely crushing it over here. 2.5 levels ahead. They're 9 kills ahead, and they have now even points more or less with the opponent on the core, thanks to the pumpkins that made it through. And we have a double altar spawning now. Now traditionally this is a 1-1 exchange, but with an early level 16 talent, they might have a chance to grab both of them. So, that could definitely happen. Right now, bit of damage in the middle, trying to at least take the tower down, so there's that. 172 stacks by now on Artanis. Still not a whole lot of damage output for him, but he has the level 16 talent, as already predicted. So they got the big lead, and that could just be enough to guarantee them both of the altars. Hydra is trying to prevent it. He's trying to move in. They pick their talents, they go for it. There's the light bomb, they get the connect against Cassia. There's the ult from Hanzo zoning out completely, isolation even being used. But NanoP makes it out. And Dibbles comes in with the engage, but the Arca still with the damage output against Cassia in the backline as they're trying to get the kill. Cassia is down. They try and follow up against Jojo, but look at how low Artanis and Stukov are. So is Diablo. All of them die. Dead and dying. Brutal setup. Artanis by now is the top damage dealer, by the way, for Team SoundLess. Shame on you, Cassia. Letting your boys down. 5 shots fired, down to 24. And they, of course, have now a chance to channel the top right. Did they not realize that yet? Alright, there we go. I was for a second just thinking, hey, did they not realize there's a second altar up? Did they think that they hit that already? But no, it's Jojo who channels it through. Another 5 shots fired as the camps are taken all over the map. And here it is. Easy one. Bam! 19 to 28. And it seems like they're trying to go through the middle of the map. But also they have to think about the bot lane. Do they want to defend here? There's still no level 16 for Team SoundLess, so you have the upper hand in any team fight that you're engaging into. If you can force that, then fantastic. That's exactly what you can pull off here. So they got good control, by the way, on that front line every single time. Not only with the slowing sands, but all the tools that they're using here. With the Blessed Shield, with the Condemn, the Punish. Just Jojo in general together with Chromie working on control of the space. And then Chromie has much more time to come in with the damage connected. And of course Hanzo's ult has now hit multiple times, zoned opponents out who had real trouble moving in the first place. So they're doing great in this game. 51 stacks for Cassia is also not too fantastic. NanoP has real trouble getting even more stacks together here. Our top 1 versus 1 still continues, and Dehaka, he did some really good work also on the isolation and those drags that he connected. One tong after another landing on the target and allowing them to follow up with a kill. Diablo is now even coming topside, but already sniffed out by Chromie. Nice, good communication by the team members, making sure that they're keeping tabs on everything that's happening. Now, of course, with the level 16 for Team SoundLess, this is now a chance for the blue team to fight back in the game. But we'll see if that's working out, because right now, there's another drag against Artanis, and a bit of extra damage comes in. There's a triple altar phase coming up now. They want Dehaka. He should be able to get away, and is easily able to move out here. The rest of the red team is already on the move, though. And it's a 16 versus 16 talent fight, so this is the best battle that the red team is going to get. But Dibbles is already low. Nicely done. The ult of Hanzo once again on point, and then Chromie comes in with the damage. Isolation on Artanis. Hydra is just running, trying to get away here. The same is true for Cassia. Ana could try and channel at the top left, and she does. Hanzo and Cassia both down. And is that an interrupt? Oh, Artanis is also dead, but at least 3 shots get fired by the blue team. It was really well done. The problem is that down here we got a couple of extra shots connecting with the core thanks to the pumpkins. We have a push straight into the middle as Team Rage Quit is trying to get an additional bell tower converted. Anduin should cancel and does. Okay, waits for the bell tower conversion before he channels it through. Should probably cancel again. Nope, it's hitting. Just had the time, and that's another 12 shots fired. Down to 4 points on the core. That's boss. That's boss. Boss is all you need. They're setting up the bot lane with the camp, but they could try and make the play for boss. That's exactly why we're having the blue team moving topside now, because they have to double check that nobody is taking the boss here. But with the push through the bottom, if those pumpkins connect, it would be a single point on the core. This is a really, really nice move now from Rage Quit Gaming. They want that tie in the series. They want the victory here on the second map. And they are looking great at this point in time. Now, of course, for the blue team it's important to take some of the control back, but it doesn't really change anything for the next altar. And level 20 talents are a huge concern now from the perspective of Team SoundLess. Because we got those Storm talents. And with the Storm talents, what do? They go for boss. They want to end the game. They have their 20 and they're saying, guys, all that we need is the 20. Jojo buys a little bit of time. We're going to take this right now. And that should be it. Channel is not through yet. Diablo makes the way over, but Atanis is dead already. Diablo, they're contesting. The ice cream is low, and he's dead as well. This is game. This series tied as Cassia falls to, and this is over. Team Rage Quit takes the victory on Towers of Doom. Well played. Game number 3, Battlefield of Eternity, is our next map in this Heroes of the Storm series. The tournament continues, and on the left side we have Team Rage Quit. On the right side, Team SoundLess. So they switched sides on me again. Shizakid on Varian this time for the blue team. We got Limon Greymane, Danazovsky on Stukov, dead inside on Sergeant Hammer, going into the ambush on level 1. And we have got Warwick on Rexa. On the right side of the map, it's Team SoundLess with Farland on Sylvanas, Nenopi on Reyna, going straight into Exterminator as his level 1 talent, Shamzik on Brightwing, we got Hydra on Arthas, and Sir Ice Cream is playing a Nubarak. Yeah, so Arthas, he is being played a little bit more recently. I mean, not a whole lot, but you see him pop up every now and then. And so he is in this game as a bit of a counter to especially Greymane, of course. Dealing with Hammer is going to be a bit tricky. I mean, again, a good Hammer player will always have a position where he's incredibly difficult to attack, and there's a reason why that hero gets banned against a lot of top-level players quite regularly. Hazops in particular comes, of course, to mind. So we'll see if they get enough value out of the Sergeant. At the bot lane, they're already trying to set this up with the protection that we have from the blue team on him. But both teams are now pushing. The problem is that with Hammer and Greymane at the bottom of the map, they got some real big damage against the wall. Topside, again, Sylvanas is there for a similar effect, but they are both rushing this hard, and we are seeing a bit of a race. Both are absolutely willing to sacrifice their fort on the lane. Limo has taken a bit too much damage for my liking, and Hydra's trying to play around this a little bit, but he doesn't really get too much done, but both are going to lose their fort. It's going to happen on both sides. Warwick is playing this as safe as he can. Misha goes down on the other hand, and he needs to be careful. That's a little bit too far, and he gets punished for it right away. Rexa wrecked, and the fort down on both sides. So yeah, they are definitely speeding this up over here. And this is gonna be an interesting game, with them accelerating the game by taking down early game structures. This is, on the timing side, going to be very different from what you're usually seeing on Battlefield of Eternity. Now again, as a quick reminder, this is the third place decider, meaning the winner of this one takes third place, the loser fourth, and that matters in terms of how many points you get for those standings that will, at the end of the 4 Open Qualifiers, determine whether or not you can play in the last chance qualifier. So right now, the two teams are quite eager to add some additional points to their repertoire here for the standings, but right now, we got Team Rage Quit in already a pretty decent position, considering that they made it this far, but of course they want to get a little bit more here. Level 4 talents kick in a little bit faster for Team SoundLess. There's of course quite a bit of immortal damage that they have with Sylvanas and Jimmy's Exterminator in particular. Both teams are going for the camp, And I suppose someone has to help out Varian up at the top, because Varian is not really the hero that you think about when you think wave clear. Someone has to deal with it. This down here is a bit of a problem. Warwick gets caught for the second time. I mean, Danazovsky was thinking... I love it how Danazovsky came in with the rest of the team. They're like, dude, we're gonna help you. And then just before they arrived, they're like, nah, you're dead anyways. Screw you. So, yeah, they didn't take that fight. So, Rexa gets taken down once again. We have the level 4 talents for both, which also means that Varian now has his taunt available. Got on top of it the siege tactics here for Sergeant Hammer. And they are trying to catch another one. They go for Hammer. And I don't really know what's going on here, but they need to stop feeding the red team kills like this. Some of these guys are just way too aggressive, especially considering that you're up against an Anubarak and an Arthas on the other side. If those guys get a grip of you, then you are just dead. Exactly like we just saw. So the halftime show is a freebie and goes over to Team SoundLess. Now they got a chance to take the fight. But Stukov is all of a sudden fighting the front line here. Not sure what he wants there, but he should probably fall back a little bit more. So they're starting to try and get the setup around the objective, but they are in a weird spot. Once the Hammer is on level 7, you can just move in the middle between both. Now they gotta have Greymane over here. He's trying to reduce the hit points at least a little bit, but eventually it should be a win for the red team. They're starting to dive in again. Taunt has already been used. Hydra is losing some HP. Greymane is coming in. If they can get kills, that would be great. Taunt is going to be back up in 6 seconds. They kind of need a kill. They kind of need a bit of a kill here, and I don't really think that they can get it. The engage is going to happen rather sooner than later from Team SoundLess, and with only those few hit points left, there's just no way to save that objective. There's a good taunt, but that's not going to be enough. Farlander dishes out some damage. Hammer still trying to do what she can, but they have to retreat and lose the Immortal. Now, on the bright side, they did a lot of damage to the Immortal of the red team. So the shield is below 50%. Given where we started, this isn't bad. This was decent damage control. I thought it would have been worse for the first objective, but now the level 7 talent also kicks in for Team SoundLess, so it's still a dire situation, don't get me wrong. But I think they prevented the worst. The question is, can they save the keep? That's the big one. If they had level 7, then Hammer would be in a much better position, and they're getting it right now. So this is going to be the Hover Siege mode immediately. Anubarak dives in and goes down, but Sergeant Hammer is dead as well. And with the help of Sylvanas, Team SoundLess can push even harder now. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky to hold this. They had some real problems. Those 2 losses of Rexa and Sergeant Hammer before the objective spawn really hurt them. And now it's just a bit of a snowball that we're seeing from Team SoundLess. They're in a fantastic position to snowball this even further. Both of the forts are now down on the blue team side, and they're trying to fight back in this one, and they still got a chance. But honestly, first priority is stop the bleeding. You gotta stop the bleeding right now. It's kind of tough. I mean, we'll see. 7 versus 7 talents, very even experience. There's a chance maybe to go for Sylvanas, the early engage, then again with the taunt. So maybe a little bit too trigger happy on the button here. But they go for Ice Cream, they get the kill, they want Hydra, he's low on mana as well, and they're starting to chase here. They're chasing hard. They lost the cap already, but there's the stun against Arthas, and there's the kill. Arthas is down. Nicely done. Yeah, good job. So they're able to get those 2. And they're starting to push the bot lane now as well. They're trying to get some value out of Sergeant Hammer as the 2 tanks are down. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much here, but even a bit of damage is going to be worth it. Anubarak is back and Arthas is going to come back soon, so they have to hightail it out of there. Rexa has already moved straight up to the top because he needs to deal with the push and take the experience for the team. They have a lead now, so they are going to get the level 10 ability a little bit sooner than their opponent. We have them move straight into the left side camp, and the red team is now trying to not only lock in their own shaman camp, but also ensure that they're getting the one at the top. Yeah, they're not channeling this yet, so they really need to wait for the objective to pop up, and there it is. Delayed a little bit further before they make a move. And what is this? Are they trying to go for Rexa, or are they trying to backdoor the top a bit with the help of Sylvanas? I suppose it's going to be a move for Rexa, but they're not getting him this time. Instead, they were trying to catch them on the camp, and now they are stealing it, and that backfired hard. It was an aggressive idea of Team SoundLess, but it backfires hard because Team Rage Quit is trying to catch them as well, realizes that the camp hasn't been taken, and says thank you very fucking much, and just takes it. That's one way how to deal with it. So yeah, that was not as successful as Team SoundLess was hoping for. And they don't have a level 10. That's another big problem. They don't have the level 10 ability. They're about to get it, but they're losing it now a lot at the bot lane. The engage is going to happen soon. By now we have rogue abilities on both sides, and Brightwing goes into the Emerald Wind here. They get some damage onto Varian. The battle has pretty much started. But it is party time. Varian survives, so does Misha. They get the BFG through. There's the Hyperion, and Hydra survives! Oh my god! Brightwing with a save! Hydra, honestly, I think the blue team thought he was dead and they moved away. And he should have been dead, let's be honest about it. Cocoon gets burned down, topside gets attacked by the camp. There's another wave and catapult moving in. The Immortal is up on the map. And the fight continues. But we got a series on our hands here. Oh, we actually do. They deal with the top side first. Let's have a look at the damage output. Sergeant Hammer's at 18,000. Sylvanas is still a little bit ahead, but that can of course change. Especially if they make it to level 16 and Giant Killer kicks in for Dead Inside Sergeant Hammer. So that's another one. And yeah, here we go. They try to go for the Immortal and they give it up. They give it up again. They move away with too many of their heroes. They were focusing on the top lane. I don't think that's the right move here. They could have tried to split this a little bit, but they thought they had to deal with the top lane. Fair enough, but now they are, of course, on the defensive. They need to be very, very careful how they engage this now. They're slowly moving forward with Sergeant Hammer. There's the taunt to get that damage in against Hydra. The bullet connects as well. That's a lot of damage against Arthas. And Nubarak dives in and he's dead. No chance for Brightwing to save the target. Now they're trying to make a move for Arthas too. And this is starting to look a bit nasty for Team SoundLess. They are ahead in the halftime show, but now they burned a lot of their rogue abilities and they're losing ground here steadily. Without Nubarak engaging into the fight, it's going to be a disaster. But then again, the kill against Varian changes the equation once more. And here they go. Yeah, of course, there's still a good position for Sergeant Hammer to get the damage in against the Immortal, and they're starting to pull ahead here, but Anubarak is back to business, and that's a 5 versus 4. They're trying to get a kill before Anub is back in the battle. Donozovsky is also low in mana, so that's another problem. Here comes Anubarak, so Ice Cream is going to make the engage soon. Cocoon is out, and they need to burn it away. But can they? Doesn't look like it, and Rexa is dead. Sergeant Hammer able to use the siege tactics and move away here. So 4 kills to 7. Did he even? I don't think that triggered still. I think he missed it and used it a bit too early on the Cocoon. I don't think he got kicked out of the siege mode already. So it seems like another objective for the red team is inevitable. Despite how close Team Rage Quit got to lock this Immortal in for themselves. And well, off we go. 12 to 12, but at least the level 13 talent should be available for Team Rage Quit Gaming in another second. And that is going to help them with the defense a little bit, especially since now we have a chance for Donozovsky to get some good work done with his Virant reaction. Still got to set everybody up at the bottom of the map. Take the catapult down, move bot side, and then set this up. 13 versus 13. Here we go. Here comes the push. And this one is, of course, aiming for keep, so you gotta stop this one early. Sergeant Hammer has to be in a decent position. You need to make sure that you dodge out of most of this. Attack it early. Make sure that nobody is able to jump on you. Yes, there's already the first aggression towards Sergeant Hammer, but they can keep her alive and at bay in the back line. Shield is about to be down, and there's the engage, and they're dodging out on it. So Ice Cream wants to make the move, dives in, but the burrow charge doesn't connect. The problem is Sylvana. She's enhancing this push hard. And that keep is in a lot of trouble. They try to burn the Immortal down, but they just can't. The keep still dies. Keep gets destroyed. Another engage. Varian gets Cocoon. Yeah, they're trying to make the play here. But so far, it's all about the Immortal on the core. And with Greymane and the help of Sergeant Hammer, that Immortal is not able to do anything to the core itself. But the keep has been lost regardless. Keep is down. And just structurally speaking, Team SoundLess has taken a mad lead. They're still behind in experience. Not by much, but by a little bit. But of course, it's a problem of structures. Map control has been lost. Team Rage Quit is falling farther and farther behind. And you can tell that they're getting a bit desperate here. They're trying to take a couple of fights at the top to steal these camps. And they can't. They're just a second too late. So now they have to fight around this. And Uberak with a dive in. They get Misha, but not much more. BFG comes out. But the kill against Stukov. Yeah, they're a bit too aggressive right now. They seem desperate and they're trying to make some plays. And it puts them into some dangerous situations, which Team SoundLess capitalizes on ruthlessly. They get 2 kills and they get the 3rd. Sergeant Hammer is dead. Farlander gets saved by Brightwing in the polymorph. And that's another bait. Greymane is down too, and that's a disaster. With 4 heroes down, this top keep is going to be in trouble. Sylvanas is now able to push in easy peasy, and they're dropping the Hyperion early on because they know fully well that this is an opportunity to take the next keep down. Committing to even Arthur's ult, they're taking everything to make sure that they're getting the structures destroyed. And they have the level 16 talent now, which gives us Epicenter. We get also the Life Drain in. It's a fantastic position for Team SoundLess to be in, especially since the Immortal just got announced. That means that they have a very good shot at locking another objective in. Of course, that bad boy would move straight in towards the core. I feel it's one of those situations where you can still see that there's a bit of experience just lacking on the side of Team Rage Quit. They felt that they needed to rush something. They thought their best shot was a fight at the top, and they went for it. I mean, again, fair enough. They made the decision and they followed through on it, but that turned against them, and now they're not only way behind in experience, but they are also without a keep on the map, so lanes are pushing against them. They have to fight against a level 16 talent advantage on the side of Team SoundLess. And the red team will use that advantage to lock in at least the halftime show on the Immortal. So they try to go for the kill, and there's Misha once again eliminated. So there's another small time window where Rexa won't be able to rely on her. And yeah, even with Sergeant Hammer dishing out some damage, it is Jimmy who gets the lead for the team in red. And the lanes are pushing. The bot lane is not going to be a problem for Rage Quit Gaming. But now they're making another move for Warwick at the top, and that's been a problem for Rexa in this game from start to finish. Too far out, and then getting caught, and as you can see, is very likely going to happen again. They're trying to fight this now, 16 versus 16, but Rexa continuously under pressure. Enubarak nearly dying, but they save him, and now they're just channeling it. A triple Howling Blast seals the deal for Sergeant Hammer. They try to walk Varian down, and Shizaki just doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, another Howling Blast connects with Greymane. He's gonna suffer the exact same fate. 16 kills to 4. The core wide open. They're wasting no time with the objective anymore. They're just moving in, trying to end game number 3 with a victory. Team SoundLess burning the core down. It's a 5-man wipe as Stukov falls as well, and Team SoundLess takes the 2-1 lead in this best of 5 series at the Masters Clash qualifier number 3. GG, and well done. Game number 4, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Team SoundLess against Team Rage Quit. And yes, these suckers have changed sides again. You can really tell that this wasn't broadcasted live, because usually either an admin or a caster, usually me, pays attention that the teams are keeping to their side, so that is not confusing. So I'm sorry that they are switching the sides all the time. But yeah, again, it's highlighted in the overlay, so I hope that it doesn't confuse people too much. We got Hydra on Zul this time, Nenopia on Vala, Farlander on Zarya, so Ice Cream is playing Inubarak again, and Shamzik on Uther. The blue team is ahead with a 2-1, so they need another victory to decide the Heroes of the Storm best of 5 in their favor and lock in rank 3 in the tournament. We got on the right side Danozovsky on Anna this time, Shizakid on Jojo, Limo on Hanzo, Warwick is playing Urel, and Dead Inside is playing a Chromie. A very fitting choice, because you have to be Dead Inside in order to play that fake dragon. So, yep, nothing lost there. But let's see if they can bring it back. They definitely had some problems on the last one. I highlighted this in the semi-final. I just want to say it again. I'm pretty happy that we have a team like them making it this far in the tournament, though. Obviously, they're lacking the experience that some of their opponents had, especially considering their semi-final pairing. But if with a little bit of training, they could honestly build on the success that they had in this tournament. Worst case scenario for them is a 4th place, which isn't bad at all. So we'll see what they can pull off here. Maybe they can even bring this back and take Team SoundLess to map number 5. As it stands, the Vala setup for Team SoundLess is going to hinge on, well, Usa, of course, helping out a bit, but also Zarya trying to keep her alive. And the focus on this map is a little bit different. Right now, it's more rotation between the bottom and the mid lane that we're seeing here. Not really the typical top lane, mid lane rotation that usually exists. So that will keep both teams a bit closer to the Siege Giants too. And we'll see which team is going to be able to lock those in. But, yeah, either way, right now, with Zul, you have a lot of wave clear against you that you have to deal with somehow. Right now, mid lane, bit of an attack and a move against Warwick, but Urel is able to make it out, so good for them. Now it's time for the camps. We're already 2 minutes into the map. Both of the teams, of course, eager to get some gems together, but also it's about the camps with the bot lane Siege Giants right now taken by Team SoundLess. So they are, for now, ignoring their own Bruiser camp, but instead going straight in for the Siege camp at the bottom of the map. In the middle of the map, again, the attack against Hanzo this time, and that could have been even worse for him. So far, they're still faring well here. And, well, let's see what else we're going to get. There's the wave clear with Ninopia as he commits to the multi-shot build. We already got with Underking as a level 4 talent. Now the extra engaged chance for Anubarak. And just level 4 talents all around, which gives us the Eternal Retaliation for Jojo. So wave clear is, of course, something that you have to prioritize when you're playing. We also have the extra speed boost with the speed bubble for Zarya. It's going to be not only useful for the front line, but also for Vala whenever she is under pressure. And Vala will have to be the main damage dealer, and this is a problem. Urel might be in trouble, but Vala isn't here for the kill. She is currently sitting in the middle trying to defeat the camp. So that could have been a huge problem for Urel if Vala would have been there. But thankfully for her, she was busy defending the middle. Now, this is a bit of a tough situation for Team Rage Quit just in general. They are 1 map behind already as is. And if they lose here, then they take 4th place and the series is over. So there's a lot of pressure on them. Turning in the gems is going to be hugely important. Because I still expect that we're going to see fireworks at some point and a lot of kills coming through. So you got to be very diligent about turning the gems and whenever you got an opportunity to do so. Right now they turned in 18 of them already. We still have at the top lane also our 1 versus 1, and Warwick is under pressure, especially with Ice Cream now also moving in. There's the stun, that's 25 gems in the hands of Urel. And there's the follow-up, they want the kill, but they can't get it. But that's exactly the problem right here. You need to keep your offlaner safe. The offlaners on this map usually hold the most gems, since they are the only ones soloing a lane. So if Urel dies and loses all of them, then that is a massive, massive problem. They need to try and shield her so that she can turn in. And maybe now she has an opportunity. Same goes for Hydra, by the way. I mean, Zulhal's 25 as well. So they are doing fairly well at the bottom of the map as they're trying to make sure that nobody turns in here. Level 7 talents are in. Subterranean shields. So Ice Cream also used his gems to turn in. Farlander is trying the same thing right now. Level 7 talents are available for both teams. And Urel and Zul at the top are now fighting it out one-on-one style once more. Pinpoint accuracy, Arsenal have all been picked. It's a good damage here. They're going for Chromie, and the fake dragon is in trouble. Chromie goes down. Yay! He had to get slapped around a little bit. And Nubarak happy about it. And if you heard anything else here, then it's your dirty mind. And nothing else. But that's a kill, and that's a kill that allows you the turn-in. So Shamzik, is he interrupted? Nope, doesn't quite connect, so the Blue Red Beavers are going to come down first. We got a 1 kill to a 0 setup. And that could be the beginning of a very difficult game for the red team. If they lose, especially, I've been talking about this. Urel! Okay, she gets away. The rotation is not coming. Nobody is dealing with this. At the bottom of the map, we still got the move here. Shiza Kid is coming in. They're burning the wall down, and now the fort is wide open, so they have an opportunity with the Web Weavers to take it down. Top side, that's where we still have our 1 versus 1. That doesn't change for a long time. It's all about Urel surviving and keeping those gems. But down at the bottom, they're going to try and save the fort. Yeah, in the middle, Chromie is the only one dealing with the Web Weaver, so that's another one that they have to pay attention to, but it seems like they're giving up on the bottom structure, especially with the Nubarak now diving into the back line. That's another problem. They go for Granny, and Danazovsky is down. Yeah, that's rough. That's a level lead, 2 kills to 0, 4 destroyed. They're gonna grab the early level 10. It could be a double turn-in. They could use their rogue abilities to take another 4 down. Things are starting to get really dangerous now. Team Rage Quit, they have to keep at least the gems. You gotta be really careful now. If there's a fight forced around a good cocoon and you start losing gems, you start losing heroes, then you're gonna be in trouble. If you hold on to the gems, then you might take a bit of a beating in the early mid game, but as long as you don't lose out on the gems at all, you can, with multiple turn-ins later on in the game, still start a comeback. We've seen it over and over again. It is possible. Not easy, but definitely doable. First step is get your own level 10. The problem, of course, being that Team SoundLess already has enough gems for a second turn-in. Warwick is keeping his ice cream at bay. That's exactly what he needs to do. And look at him, he has 47 gems. In total, they hold 90 gems right now. Shizakid has 28 himself. They got level 10 versus level 10. This is the moment to try and look for a fight, get your own turn-in, and slowly bring the game back. This is the best chance that they have. Again, the meme strike, and there it is. Divine Shield gets used. The red Web Weavers are going to be descending first. Here's the Cocoon, though, and they're trying to make the play for Vala in the back, but thanks to Zarya, Nenopi is safe. The Web Weavers are going to come down soon, TM, and that's an opportunity to take a few structures down and slowly bring the game back around. And they're going to try to do exactly that. Bottom of the map, yeah, over here, this is not going to help them too much. They need to focus onto the middle or the top lane. And yeah, we have very few. Chromie gets attacked, goes straight up into the timeout, and yep, this is a problem. Chromie, is she gonna get away? And Chromie escapes! Nicely done. Good job. Chromie is able to walk out, no problem. Yeah, she wasn't even scared, not even a little bit. All calculated, I can tell you that much. 2 kills to 0. Red team is still waiting for their first kill. And now they're starting to come in here, trying to make a bit of a play. There's the big jump coming in. Nice! Is that the opening? They're going for Chromie again. She's down. And Nubarak once more. It looked like it's the red team that is able to lock a kill in. But instead, Chromie falls. The fake dragon once again eliminated. And now the Web Weavers, they are easily defended, of course. And they haven't done a lot of work. They opened the top wall, they took the fountain down, so that's the best that they were able to do at the bottom of the map. Another tower is about to get murdered. Yeah, well, they're actually keeping this one a little bit longer. But oh boy. Another jump comes in, and it is party time. Maybe a kill here. The gem count, 71 gems still for Team Rage Quit. A lot of them are on Warwick, and they're going for Urel. And Urel, I mean, they are focusing everything on her. They want her. But she gets the ult out. Danazovsky with the heals. Jojo also getting attacked, but she still had the Iron Skin and uses the cooldown right away. But we are still waiting for kill number 1 for Team Rage Quit. Still no kill. Not a single one. And there's the level 13 advantage for Team SoundLess. Gloom is in. Nice talent for Vala to stay a little bit safer here. And Nubarak. Ooh, goes for the mandibles over here. Okay, a little bit more damage, capitalizing on the slows that they possibly have. Oh, Shamzik, the Divine Shield saves his butt. But they are still looking for the turn-in at the bottom, and it's once again Urel that's the focus of the attention here. With all of the gems in her hands, she is a great target to take down. If you can deny those gems to Team Rage Quit, then it's going to be a very, very one-sided play around the objective from here on out. But they are close to a turn-in. Both of the teams are. Would be the second turn-in for the two of them. Top side. Maybe Hydra is in trouble. 11 gems. Can they take him down? Farlander comes in and provides the shield with a speed advantage. Urel at the bottom, still a bit low, but Warwick makes it out. Honestly, he is playing a dangerous game here. The blue team turns in again. 13 versus 13. But every single time I see Urel dropping low in HP, I'm starting to get worried. She just holds way too many gems right now. You can't afford to let her die here. Now the damage output, 25,000 for Hanzo. Chromie is sitting at 20k. We got 35,000 for Vala. Girls doing work. And they are now starting to focus onto the mid lane again. Bot lane will eventually end up at the keep, so that's already a problem. Hanzo ult doesn't really do a whole lot. Not really well placed this time. We had some perfect ones earlier, especially in game number 1, but not so much here. Hanzo might be in trouble, and yeah, there's no way he escapes. No, he's dead. Hanzo is dead, easily killed. A bit more of strafe damage coming in from Vala. They're trying to now also get Jojo. She's low. She has the Iron Skin. She uses it. Urel is still trying to defend the top lane. Great Divine Shield once again in the last second to make sure that Anubarak doesn't die on the way out. Everybody else is now focusing onto the structural damage. The mid lane gets attacked, and at the bottom of the map, the Web Weaver already broke through their gate and is starting to attack the keep any moment. 4 kills to 0. 16 talent is so close. Team Rage Quit, they're defending what they can, but they're starting to lose a lot at the bot lane now as they're trying to deal with the Web Weaver up at the top. Even more is falling. Keep has taken some damage. The fountain is already gone, and level 16 is just so close for Team SoundLess. And they got enough gems for another turn-in. It's turn-in after turn-in after turn-in right now. It is a huge problem. It's full-on control over the objective for Team SoundLess, and with level 16 and another Web Weaver wave, they of course have an absolutely insane push at hand, especially if you consider that they can also get the Bruiser camp, which they're currently doing, so that they can enhance the push even further and then go through the middle of the map. It's gonna be tough to beat. This is gonna be a very, very strong push. Vala is still busy at the bottom getting the Siege Giants, so they're getting even more push power for the team. And yeah, this is getting a bit of disaster. Debilitation on Anubarak. Ugh. Horrible talent. That must be a mispick. He picked Epicenter earlier. There's no reason to not go for it in this game. Not even with Chromie on the other side. Oh, the Red Weaver summoned. My bad. I could have sworn it was the blue team turned in, but apparently they didn't keep tabs on both of the turn-in points. So fair enough. Red Weavers are coming in first, and they are working on the bot lane. They are going to get at least 1 here, so good for them. Team Rage Quit. They don't have level 16, so that's a bit of a problem. If they grab it, they might just be able to force a battle here. At least they got the talents. That's big for them. Here comes again Zul, slicing and dicing with that scythe. Warwick low, has to pop the ult and makes it out. Vala again with a strafe, but this time she didn't get a lot of damage out of it. They defended the middle, they defended the top. Only the bot lane is still open. But here is the level 16 talent for Team Rage Quit. They are trying to bring it back. Slowly but steadily. And again, they still haven't gotten a kill. Still no kill for them. I mean, Uther was really on point every time. He uses Divine Shield as, not to help anybody to engage and to dive in deeper, but just as a tool to keep them alive on the way out. And so far he hasn't missed a beat on this. So there comes the turn-in, potentially. Urel is very much alone. Team. What? Not like this! That's not how you want to play that. What just happened? Urel solo into 4 or 5 and goes down. The team not helping out. She tried to dodge out to the bottom instead of trying to get back to the team. Gets punished for it and dies. 38 gems down the drain. The ticket back into this match has just been burned to a crisp, and here come the Web Weavers that we already knew would eventually make their way back onto the map. This is a disaster. Urel just barely back, and oh boy, this is going to be more than tricky. Manticore is in. Here comes the attack. They're going for the middle, they're going for the bottom, they're going for the top. Zul is already paving the path at the bottom of the map. There's the Blessed Shield. If they can get the kill against Vala, that would be worth so much, but they can't. Not even close. Hanzo's ult is not good enough either. They cannot create enough space for the defense. They're losing hit points at the bottom keep. The top keep gets attacked any moment now. Zul with the ult. They go for Jojo. They go for Urel. Urel pops the ult and is maybe this time making it out. No, it's not the case. Warwick dies. Anna has been cocooned. She couldn't help. And now she gets attacked. Anozovsky is eliminated. And this looks like the series is over. Team SoundLess with some great games in this tournament. Seems like they're going to be able to lock in that third place and the extra points. Team Rage Quit, still a decent showing in the tournament, but they're just not on the level where they can contest these teams. They crash and burn, but they took a map. They weren't able to take a kill in game number 4, but they were able to take a map against Team SoundLess. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. 5-man wipe as Team Rage Quit goes down 4th place and Team SoundLess locks in a victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen in this best of 5.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.